I was wondering what to do a Voodoo Garden video about today, and I kept thinking, and I was thinking, and I couldn't figure out what to do it about, and I thought, and it just came to me. It should be something very simple, but something a little bit odd and a little bit off the wall, because that's what the Voodoo Garden channel is all about. And I came up with something. I actually came up with something, and it cracked me up for the longest time. It's the growing season. It's time to start thinking about growing, and everybody is going nuts. My email is starting to fill up. Everybody's asking questions. People are posting videos. Things are really starting to roll right now in the springtime, but it does not have to be chaos, and trust me, it is chaos. People are asking me questions. Light, what kind of light? How close to the light do I have to do this stuff? What kind of potting soil? Should I use Miracle-Gro? Oh my God, I heard Miracle-Gro has cooties in it. Should I use pots, cups? What size cups? Should I drill holes in the cups? And I had to just stop and go, wait a minute. Deep breath. It does not have to be complicated. And with me, it never is complicated. But it is funny, and it is fun, and it's going to be useful. I have something I want to show you that's going to make your life a whole lot simpler. Trust me. Wait right there. And this is what it is. Something extremely simple, extremely inexpensive, and it's the topic of today's video. This will adapt a plug-in adapter to a light adapter that you can screw a light bulb into. It plugs in nice and solid, it screws in nice and solid, you can hang it by a hook over a plant, and you can grow a plant. And if you don't think I can, take a look at what I have to show you. Well, aside from my shirts and a telescope, all I'm trying to get at here is that you don't have to have a perfect grow operation to grow all kinds of good stuff. You can grow a few things with nothing but an extension cord, a 100-watt bulb, and a piece of foil. And you can do it in a closet. There is absolutely no outside light coming into that closet with just a tiny little bulb, which cost me $1, and this little contraption, which cost me $1.25, and an extension cord that I found in my basement. I'm growing a plant in my closet with no extra light. And by the way, you can grow more than one plant. I hang that bulb right above the plant, but you can raise it up and have all kinds of plants underneath that. I think you can fit around 6 for one 100-watt bulb. And so that pretty much takes away the excuse that I don't have enough light to grow my plants. You do have enough light to grow your plants. It's wonderful for seedlings. I wouldn't recommend growing these monsters under our 100-watt bulb. That just isn't going to happen. But for starting out seeds in the spring, that is a great way to start. You don't have to know how to make a light fixture. You don't have to get these big honking expensive bulbs that I use. You don't have to do anything special. All you have to do is start thinking cheap. And that's what I do. I think, what can I do and how inexpensive can I do it without blowing myself up, of course. Blowing myself up sounds a little fun, but it's not something that I want to make a video of. And here's another item that I want to show you. Check out what I have going on downstairs. I have a thermometer that shows the temperature in the room and the temperature in the box. The top one is the temperature in this room, that's 71.2, and here's the temperature in the box. Almost 81 degrees. Normally you want your light a lot closer to the plants, but when you have foil all the way around, you have nothing but 100% boxed light. And when this box is closed, nothing's escaping here. All the light goes to the seeds. Every single bit of this light is going to the seeds, and it's keeping it nice and toasty. So if you have an area that you want to put this and it's not really too warm, don't worry at all, because it's going to keep them nice and toasty inside, and it's going to keep them nice and bright inside. And it's only going to use one 100-watt bulb. That's all it's going to need. No fancy light fixture, no fancy skills. Just a cardboard box, a little bit of foil, and a light bulb. That's all you're going to need. I did make some modifications on this. I have a little hole right here, a rectangular hole right here, and then one on the other side. That's because the bulb generates heat, and with the lid closed like this, it generates a lot of heat, and I don't want it to build up too much heat for the plants. So when the heat builds up in this box, it draws in cool air from down there and lets out the heat over here at the top. That way, air keeps circulating constantly through the box. There's no chance of too much humidity causing mold problems or any kind of damping off or anything like that. No funky stuff. If you're wondering what this is up here, it's my little invention. I cut a hole in the bottom of the pot so that it wouldn't fall through, and there's my light bulb. Now let's take a look inside. Pardon the brightness. It's just that one bulb. Take a look at how everything's doing in here. They're absolutely loving this daylight. Out of one tiny bulb, I have all of these plants in here Now for extra ventilation, if your box gets a little bit too warm, I just poked a paper clip through here. And all I do is lift it up and it holds the lid up. No problem whatsoever. That way I can let a little bit more heat out. Now that's a little arts and crafts thing that I think that anybody can make. All you need is foil, a little tape, and about maybe 20 minutes, and you got yourself a grow box. And you can find these boxes anywhere. Go behind any grocery store or anywhere else. Find a box. It doesn't matter how big it is. The bigger the better as far as I'm concerned, because that little tiny bulb can heat up a bigger box than the one I'm using. And you can fit a lot of little pots in there, little tiny cups or pots to get your seedlings started. And you can grow them up to about maybe a foot tall in a box like that with nothing but one 100-watt bulb. I use a heck of a lot of bulbs in this room, and I use a heck of a lot of electricity, about $25 to $30 a month. But with just one little tiny bulb, one box, a little bit of aluminum foil, which by the way is recyclable, you can use that box and grow all kinds of little things, and you don't even have to tear it up when the growing season is over. Take out the bulb, toss it in your basement, and use it next year. It's usable over and over, and it's made out of scrap material. With a little bit of creativity, a couple dollars, and a few minutes of your time, you can make a great little grow box to grow things in. You can make something very basic like a light bulb in a closet. You can make a grow box with a couple more dollars, doing it with a box and some foil. You can have something as elaborate as what I have. It doesn't really matter as long as you're doing something to get your little seedlings growing. So that is what the Voodoo Garden has to offer you today. I hope it's helpful, and I hope you try at least one of these things and get your seedlings going no matter what it takes. Use a little creativity and I'm sure you'll come up with something. If you have a great little tip, toss it in the comment section below, because that's what it's all about. Giving away free advice and helping others do what you already know how to do and they may not know how to do, okay? So, I gotta get going. This is Ray at the Voodoo Garden channel. I am out of here. Me and my cheap bowl.